It doesn't quite seem the year 2025 to me, when on average, women still get less income, less inheritance, and they own less assets. Women are still disadvantaged when comparing to men in Western societies. Today, we're gonna meet one woman who's trying to fix this all. She's a powerhouse of financial knowledge and ideas on how to make finances work for women in our world. Welcome to the Change Age. My name is Michael and we're here to make transformation work. I want you to meet Claudia, a dear friend of mine. She has worked for years on making women more financially independent. And she has created the Female Finance Forum, an organization dedicated to supporting women in getting more financial knowledge, starting to invest and to care for their own finances.
I'm Claudia. I'm the founder of the Female Finance Forum. I started the Female Finance Forum, which is a company which teaches women about money management and also investing. So how do I manage to have more money at the end of the month? And what do I do with this money in order to invest, especially for retirement?
I think one of the interesting aspects of Claudia's history of becoming a changemaker is that she kind of stumbled into it. Here's how she explains it.
My main motivation was to work on sustainable finance. I had not thought about female finance at all because, I was a woman in the financial sector. I did see that there were not too many of us. I am not my target group. I am a woman, yes, but I like numbers, I like money, I like investing, all these typical barriers that women have. I didn't have them. Then I realized through talking to many people that sustainability is a topic which many people can agree on. Investing is the part which scares them, like a lot. And then a friend of mine told me that she was currently, she had been working for a couple of years, she had money left at the end of the month, the emergency fund was set up, so she wanted to start investing. And she told me, Claudia, I'm super frustrated. I'm reading into the topic. Every author is a man. Every expert on TV, on the news, on wherever, they are all men. I simply don't feel seen and represented by them. Why are there not more offers from women for women? And I figured, okay, that is something I can do, right? And then after this first impulse I got from her, I looked at the data and I saw all those gaps. I had heard about the gender pay gap, but the gender care gap, the gender retirement gap, the gender investing gap, the gender gift gap, gender inheritance gap, etc. I had not been aware of those gaps. And so I figured, okay, I started off with a mixed event for anybody who wanted to come. First of all, there were like 80% men, 20% women. Secondly, 80% men asked about 99% of the questions. So I figured, okay, maybe there's, a reason for the data.
So Claudia stumbled upon this problem, but she didn't quite grasp it. So she had some digging to do. And one of the coaches of the Social Impact Lab Frankfurt told her, go out and find 100 women talking to you about their finances.
How am I ever gonna do that? And he said not to come back without having, all those interviews. I was like, damn. So a month later, I came back to him and I said, well, I have 50 interviews now. I'm sorry, I couldn't get more. Okay, that's what I was aiming for, so that's okay. I did not expect the data I saw to be matched by reality so strongly, so clearly. So the data to me looked like from the 50s, and I thought, those days are gone, right? We are, in the 2020s, times are different now. And then realizing times are not so different. And I talked to many different women, so both, in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 60s, 70s, and that was interesting. And most of them said that they thought they were, they had equal opportunity, etc., until the point they founded a family. And when they had children, that's when they were basically brought back into the 50s. And it surprised me how strong those structures still exist. So the overall income during retirement age for men is at 2,400 euros before tax. The average income of women is 1,400 euros. Plus, we have the gap in life expectancy. Women live longer. We are also healthier during retirement or during old age. We are better connected, more social, etc. So there are many advantages actually to being a woman. But that also means, we have less money to begin with, and we need to finance a longer life. So we have to be better with our money.
Claudia is one of thousands of change makers who are trying to create a better society right now. If you are interested in becoming a change maker, I have created a playlist with proven ways of making the world change. You can find it somewhere here and in the description. So what did Claudia do with this kind of knowledge? That's when she turned it into a solution.
We teach women about money management and investing. Thereby also already we have received those feedbacks, encouraging them also to talk about it with the next generation. So we are actually making intergenerational change, which is fantastic. And what is important to us is, first of all, we don't sell any financial products. Secondly, we have the sustainability, so ecological, social and governance aspects in everything we do, whether you choose your bank account or your investment fund or whatever. And thirdly, we don't target the women themselves as our clients, because we did that at the beginning, very classical approach, right? Here's a workshop happening, please buy your ticket now. Who buys the ticket? Those who are aware that it's an important topic, who have money to buy the ticket, because we have to finance ourselves. And the normal free of charge consulting you would get at a bank is not free of charge, because they will try to sell you something. So we finance ourselves through workshop fees. But only people who already have money can afford those workshops, and people who have time, spare time after work. So we changed our business model from B2C to B2B. So we are targeting employers, networks, associations, whoever, but like a third party who pays our fee, and their employees, their members, whoever that is, can just come.
Claudia is a prime example of a normal person turned changemaker superstar. She has understood that there is a big problem in society. She created a simple solution, and she's working on systemic ways of getting rid of the problem once and for all. Problems like the female finance gap need a lot of attention, a lot of effort. And that's normal, because problems like these are complex. They are not easy to solve. They are interrelated with other problems in society, right? So that's why I think we need a lot of people working on problems like the female finance gap. If you are interested to become a change maker, to change how society is working right now, I have a lot of resources, and I am creating a lot more resources on my YouTube channel. Check it out, subscribe, like the videos, comment your questions. I'm always looking forward to answering interesting questions on how to change the world. We will conclude this video with 5 tips from Claudia on how to get your finances in order.
Very concretely, 5 steps. Look at your retirement gap. So really look at the numbers. What are you going to get? What do you have? If you're expecting an inheritance, you are a lot more secure than if you're not, etc. And look at what, therefore, conclusively, how much should you actually invest? So that's your plan. Then set up an emergency fund and really track your expenses. Where's your money actually going? Third step, talk about money in your relationship, especially if you have children, but also if you don't, because with our partner, we split, like how much are we willing to pay on rent, on a car, on holidays, etc. All those decisions, are mainly have to be taken in a relationship. Fourth step is learn to invest, and trust me, it's a lot easier than you would expect. So you need €1 to get started. So the excuse of I don't have money at the moment just doesn't count. And once the system is set up, I would argue at the beginning you need 15 hours in order to set up the system. Do your reading, do your expenditure tracking, etc. And then start your investing. 15 hours, that's 5 weeks if you take one evening a week, right? So it's really not a long time. And once the system is running, it takes you about 3 hours a year. So the excuse of I don't have time doesn't count either. And the fifth step is actually the most important one, namely implement it. Learning is great, knowledge is important, but only actually applied knowledge is what brings us forward. So retirement gap, emergency fund, relationship, investing, and implementation. Those 5 steps.